Oh, goody goody gumdrops. I get to play a game that came out last generation. I get to spend $60 on the exact same game that is barely a decade old. And it's not like I could just put the Wii disc into the Wii U and play it. Oh, wait. Yes, I can. Oh, but it's all okay because we added a new dungeon. And trust me, we'll get into that shitty little move later on. So, first let's start off with the music. Yeah, it's very nice. Being we have MP4 now over MP3, the entire soundtrack has been remastered beautifully, even if most of the tracks are kind of forgettable. As for the graphics, they're both good and bad at the same time. So the HD paint looks absolutely amazing. Everything has been sharpened and shined. So when you look at the sky or any of the scenery, it looks fantastic. However, they put HD paint on the low polygon models, which is never a good idea, as when you put HD shadows and paint onto the low polygon things, well, it's going through his arm! The bird is going through his arm! It's not even attached to his arm, it's just floating in a nether space! Holy shit! This child's getting a fucking bald spot! Look at his sideburns! Look at his sideburns just keep disappearing! Well, that child's bald. That child just looks ugly as shit. His shadow doesn't even fit in the bloody tunnel. Did you even look at the shadows? Did you even look? Look! It just cuts off. Shadows don't just cut off, Nintendo. It would be bending round the wall like this, would continue up here. You didn't even look at any of these shadows, did you? You know, it really shows how butt ugly this game is when they just chuck, like, HD paint over the low polygon models. I mean, like, look at this guy. Let me just try and get him in shot here. Like, look, he's got a perfectly square chin. That's like a sharp-ass pointy chin. You can poke someone's eye out with that guy. Like, everybody just looks so damn ugly. Why is this? I mean, look at that kid. He just looks like a mutated Gohan. Like, let me try and turn the camera here. He looks like a mutated Gohan Dragon Ball Z freak. Look at him. Look at this. Why does everyone look so ugly? It's ridiculous. There you go. Link, move your arm. Move your arm. There you go. Poor kid. He looks like he's got Down syndrome. Look at this! What is this? What is this? It's not even a full oh my word. This is... What is this nonsense? Nintendo, did you even look at your shadow effects before releasing this? It seems like every goddamn shadow is broken. We had the one in the tunnel. Now we got this! This is why you don't just slap HD paint over the low polygon models. Because things like this happen. Oh my god, look at Link's face. Like, look, this perfectly sums up this game. Link's just like staring directly at the screen. Like, I made him look at that tree, and now he's just staring at the screen after seeing that. Like, oh god, no, please don't tell me that it's gonna be this shit. Oh, please help me. I don't want to be in here. Ah! Yeah, it does not work whatsoever. While it's got a nice coat of paint, everything is all pointy and sometimes we get a bit of screen tearing. It clearly shows that Nintendo was just being lazy and threw some paint on the old car rather than taking it to a garage and getting it done up by a proper car mechanic and have it painted up and redone professionally. As for the gameplay, it really kind of sucks. I went into this game not remembering anything, and after finishing the game, literally 24 hours after playing the whole game again to try and remember everything, I'm already forgetting stuff again. There is nothing good about this game, as in like, everything they've put in has been done better in other games. The tutorial, for example, I timed it. It took 2 hours, 21 minutes and 39 seconds to complete the tutorial. 2.5 hours of nothing. Everything in the tutorial is pointless and tedious. You put 10 goats in a pen. You get a fish for a cat. You carry a basket for a really slow woman. You stop a goat running at you. You put 20 goats in the pen. None of this is useful to me. It's really damn boring. Just let me go on my adventure. Oracle of Time. Or Ocarina of Time. You get your sword and shield in like 10 minutes, bam, you're in the first dungeon. Majora's Mask, fall down the hole, you're in the Deku tutorial dungeon. Wind Waker, you get your sword and your suit, then your sister goes into the tutorial forest at the top of Outset within 20 minutes. And as for Skyward Sword, where you have to do a few chores, at least they're fun mini-games, not herding 20 goats into a pen that takes like 6 minutes and gets the old man Tuttle his shopping. And even after the long-ass tutorial, the pacing is still absolute garbage. Like, it's so slow. We get to Midna, who is the best part of the game. That gets us to Zelda, who throws 5 minutes of exposition at us. Then we get put back in the field to screw around for another hour before we even get to the first dungeon. So it fails in terms of pacing to all the other Zelda games. And in terms of mechanics, again, all other in fact Zelda games do it far better. Like the time mechanic. This is by far the absolute worst part of Twilight Princess, as there is no time skip device. And in a game that has a day and night cycle with certain things happening, this is not acceptable, as there are certain things that will only come out at either night or day, and if you found a spot where it's going to spawn, but it's turning daytime, then too bad. Your ass is going to be sitting around doing nothing for the next 12 to 13 minutes while you wait for it to become nighttime again. Why? Majora's Mask has the Song of Time and Double Time to make shit move faster. Hell, in the remake, the Song of Time lets you go to specific hours to make it even better. Wind Waker, you have the Sun Song or whichever one it is to change between the day and the night. Why is there no time changer in this one? And don't say it's because there is no instrument. You have Wolf Link and he howls songs in the game in them dream world places. He could have easily howled a time skip song. So because you're waiting around once again, the pacing is killed. And as for the story, it's pretty forgettable. You're not the chosen one off on a quest through time to kill a great evil, or the random kid that needs to stop the moon from falling. No. You're a random farmer that is going to stop Lemongrab or something. That's all I can literally tell you. It takes so long to get from one place to another that when a story bead comes up, it feels just disjointed. Like, I was a farmer, I met Midna, I think the pieces of her helmet came next. Maybe? Then we went to the Arbiter's ground and Ganon was tied to a rock and being killed by ghosts for some reason. Then we got the pieces of the mirror next, I think. Then we beat Zan and Ganon broke his neck. Insert more story here, I think. Then go to Ganon's tower. I think I know the reason, which I'll come back to in a second. But staying with the story for a moment, if you asked me any more than that, I literally could not tell you. And I only played it 24 hours ago. Even the dungeons I forgot most of, as they are just generic. The water dungeon is full of water and has a boss that was an eel, I think. Then there was a Yeti in a mansion that you push some ice blocks around. Then there was that jumping statue puzzle in the Lost Woods. The only thing good about it are a few of the bosses. Like Stal-Lord was cool where you use the spinner, and Agarok was cool. But like with Agarok, I loved the fight on top of the tower, but I don't remember the tower. And it brings me to why it's so forgettable. Everyone is just so mean-spirited and miserable. Like, every NPC is so damn miserable. And it's clear they don't want you there. They're just like, oh, fucking hell. Here comes the main character. I guess he wants a quest or something. I guess I have to move for him. Fine, here's your quest, asshole. Even in the starting village, you feel the love. You go down to the goats and the first guy's like, oh, you just got out of bed. You're getting lazy. I've only just started. Then we pick up some pumpkin and throw one when we get this message in all caps locks. Don't waste food! This is a fantasy game. Shit grows back when I leave the screen. Don't act like this is a big thing. Then you go do the goats again. This time, put 20 in the pen. And as soon as you get done with the goats, this girl's like, oh my god, look at this. You fucking hurt this horse. You bastard. How dare you hurt this horse. Fuck you, Spyro. You can't be trusted. I'm taking this horse away from you till you can learn not to be a bastard. Come on, horse. I'll heal you up and keep you away from that asshole dragon. Okay, first of all, I never whipped that horse once, as if you go too fast, then goats go all over the place, so there is no point. Secondly, there is no injury on that horse. At least slap a bruise on its leg or something, but no, the horse and its model are perfectly fine. But you still get to call me a dick for the sake of the game being able to call the player a dick. And everyone else is the same. I don't think a single person in the game, barring Agatha and the lesbian that owns the bar, is happy to see me. Everyone else is just really mean-spirited and miserable. The girl is miserable. The baby that owns the shop with the magic armor is miserable. The guards are miserable. Everyone is miserable. So it makes me not feel invested to keep going. I'm getting no reward. I'm getting no pleasure. It's clear that the world and everyone in it does not want me here. So why bother getting invested or even keep going on? As it does not help that the world just feels like too big for a Zelda game. By this, I mean Hyrule Field in this game is bigger than the one in Ocarina of Time. It's so big and there's nothing in it. It's really big, but mostly barren, bar a few bugs and poes. It almost feels like Fallout. A giant wasteland that is supposed to feel empty. And when your fantasy adventure feels like a dead nuked wasteland with nothing in it, you did something wrong. But let's wrap up with Nintendo being shitty with amiibos again. Hey! So, with the bundle pack, you get this cool Wolf, Link and Midna amiibo. And in tapping this, you get a whole new dungeon with a new prize at the end. Now in the UK, this is a limited edition bundle. It's not commonplace. So for those that don't have the money or can't get this amiibo, they're fucked. Again, it's DLC locked behind a paywall, but the paywall is a rare physical object. Locking dungeons and actual content behind rare amiibos is shitty. Don't do it. It was shitty when it was done with Splatoon and its rare ass squid amiibo, and it's shitty here. By all means, have Link give you some arrows, or Zelda give you some hearts, or Ganondorf do double damage. Extra tat that is not needed. Adding full dungeons and prizes that some people won't be able to get as the Wolf Link amiibo is rare is shitty. And one other point, don't give me choice if there is no choice. Like when the kid wants the wooden sword, you can say yes or no. No results in nothing but him repeating the dialogue and not letting me pass till I say yes. Then why give me the option in the first place if I'm forced into one answer? It's like Fallout 4 all over again, where all 4 options for your response still leads to the same outcome. Either accept my answer of no, you can't have my sword, and give me a consequence, or don't put the option in at all. So my final verdict for Twilight Princess HD is a disappointing 2 out of 5. There is nothing here that has not been done better by other Zelda games. HD is the perfect example of why you don't need to bring out a game that is not even a generation old. It was on the bloody Wii, for Christ's sake. Give it some time to ripen before remaking it. And even then, it's hardly a remake. It's just the old game with HD paint thrown over the low poly models, making it just look slapdash and half-arsed. The world is a gloomy, dull place with no real colour or life in it. The only thing that really makes this game stand out is the wolf gameplay and Min the sassiness, and how she has control over you and calls you her servant like the little dominatrix she is. If you were the first time Zelda player and I was asked to recommend you any Zelda game for you to play as your first Zelda game, it would not be this one. It tries so hard to be gritty and real and dark that it forgets that it's a fantasy game and realism has to be sacrificed for fantasy. Like how you can't turn from a human to a wolf anywhere. It has to be in a hidden corner where no one can see it. No, Majora's Mask did not have a problem when I was shape-shifting in front of people, so you should not have a problem either. Which brings us onto its biggest point, that all Twilight Princess wants to be is Majora's Mask, without understanding what made Majora's Mask so memorable. Yes, Majora's Mask was dark. It had people crying about how they wanted to die. It had a girl getting raped by aliens. There was some fucked up shit in that game. But the doom and gloom was contrasted by a bright, colourful festival. For every bitter, mean-spirited Gorman brother, there was a cheerful, happy mask salesman. For every dark element, there was a light element to balance it out. But Twilight Princess does not have that. It has one tone from start to end. Dark and gritty, from the second you switch it on to the second you switch it off. With tone, you need a good balance. You need it to vary. As if you keep one tone forever, it can become exhausting. We need downtime, a moment of something else in between. Because of all this, Twilight Princess just breeds apathy due to overexposure of the same one-note song for the 10 hours that the story takes. The only one point at which it picks up is Agatha. She greets you in an overly happy way. She is pleased to see you and makes you feel welcome. Her house is a cavern of life with insects flying everywhere. Her walls are filled to the brim with vibrant colours. It's the one shining star amidst the sea of gloomy environments. There is a reason other Zelda games like Majora's Mask get more praise than this one. They have a tone, but mix it up by playing with expectations and making sure that their world is full of life. Wind Waker is the best case of this. The world is bright and colourful and feels so alive. And while it is an adventure on the high seas, it still remembers to have darker, more meaningful points to change the tone. Like one where you take Medley to the temple and she restores half of the Master Sword. You have to leave her there in that shitty temple of zombies. I feel bad. Yeah, they're all dead, but it's still a shitty place to leave her all on her own in. And it's done to make you feel shitty, that you have to leave your friend who you have talked to for the majority of the game in such a crappy place. It's a lower, more depressing moment to contrast all the colourful moments, as Wind Waker gets that moments of sadness work better when they're followed by moments of joy. But, as stated, Twilight Princess does not have these moments. It's shit is fucked from day one, and it's your job to remove the Twilight and unfuck it across the entire game. Even that moment where Midna is dying, loses a lot of weight as the game has been dark and gloomy for the entire game, and her getting hit by the light snake is just more gloom and despair on top of all the gloom and despair we've already had with Zant and everyone else, and it becomes tiring because you've been somber all the way through, and being somber for the entire game does nothing but induce exhaustion in the audience. I can probably say that this is one of the worst Zelda games out of the lot of them. If you wanted a recommendation, I'm sorry, I can't give you one. Go spend that $60, £40 on Majora's Mask 3D or Wind Waker HD or even Skyward Sword, despite how bad some of the elements of the game like the stamina meter are, as each one of them has more life and charm and better use of mechanics and better pacing than this monotone, gloomy, poorly paced adventure. Still, at least it has Midna, who is sexy as fuck. Not as sexy as Fi, though. Well, I mean, you know, look at this. Zelda Master. Oh, but that one just went in on its own. Zelda Master, I can see why this is your favourite game. It's very exciting. Very, very exciting. There is some real excitement, real adventure right here. That goat right there. He is the true essence. Get to fucking run towards the barn. Stop stopping, you dick. Please go forwards. Yeah, just keep going forwards. Truly, Zelda Master. This is. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Clearly, you are right, Zelda Master. This is the best game. This is clearly the best. This intense Twilight Princess, intense goat wrangling action. Another 3 to go. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.